Hello, my name is Aaron Judd. This is my intercultural speech. Today, I want to be talking to you about a friend of mine that I've known for quite a few years now. Uh, until I got to interview Josh, that's his name is Josh. And I didn't really know who he was. I knew he was different. I knew where he was from. But I didn't really know him until you really question somebody about their past, where they're from, and everything. I don't think we can really connect and know them as well as we would if we did. Uh, so today, I'm going to be talking to you about a friend of mine named Josh Grider. Uh, Josh is from Latir, Michigan. So even though he's not from another country, he's from far north. He's That's a pretty good distance from here in Kentucky. So I'm sure he had some different cultures he grew up in. Uh, Josh lived in Latir, Michigan for 19 years. Josh had great grandparents with him in Latir, Michigan. And one thing I found interesting that he told me about that was they lived in Kentucky and Tennessee, and they moved to Latir, Michigan. And he told me about, he got to eat the southern styles of cooking that we have here in Kentucky and Tennessee. So he was, even though he was brought up there, he lived there 19 years from the time he was born. He grew up eating the things that we eat here because of his great grandparents that moved there. So I found that quite interesting that he grew up on Southern cooking even though he was in Michigan. Um, I asked Josh, I was like, you lived in Michigan 19 years. What brought you to Kentucky? What made you move here? What interested you here? And Josh joined the Army. I guess he was 19 because he lived in Michigan 19 years. And he got stationed here in Kentucky through the Army. And he's been here for 10 years now. He's not in the Army presently. So he's married and got a boy and a girl now. He's been here 10 years and they're settled in. So he's having a good life here in Kentucky. I asked Josh, I was like, what's the first thing you noticed when you moved to Kentucky? What really caught your attention when you got here? And he talked about how, you know, the country lifestyle and how people talk different. I mean, I'm sure we've all been around people from up north. They kind of have a northern accent, I guess. Josh didn't really have that, so I didn't really catch that when I met Josh. Years back, I didn't catch that about him. But he called it when he moved here. He called our southern accent and how we use slang terms for certain things. And he said one thing he noticed is that, like in Michigan, they call supper lunch. Now we call lunch dinner here. So that was one thing he noticed different that he caught pretty quick when he got here. I asked Josh, I was like, asking what his religion was, which I already knew his religion because we met at church. So I knew what Josh's religion was already before I asked him. He has a Christian based religion, and what better place to meet somebody than at church, right? So, the one thing, interesting thing he told me about that was that when he grew up, his mom was a Roman Catholic, and his dad was a Baptist. Um, so, I mean, he could have kind of went either way there, but he chose to stay in the Christian faith, and I'm glad I got to meet him through that at church. Some of hobbies that Josh likes to do is to work on cars and motorcycles. He likes to go for rides on motorcycles. That's his hobby. That's basically the only hobbies he told me he liked to do was to work on cars and motorcycles and ride motorcycles. He said down here, one of the biggest things he noticed that people down here is that we take our college basketball way serious and our college sports. He said that in Michigan, hockey's more of a bigger deal up there. You know, people still watch college sports there, but it's not blowed up like it is down here. These die-hard Big Blue fans that he's talking about. So he said that he was really surprised how many college fans, sports fans, were here, and how it was such a big deal. I asked Josh, I said, what was one of your top life experiences that you've ever had? I was like, what's one first thing that comes to your mind when I ask you that? Like, what would be your top life experience? And he had told me he was stationed in Iraq, and they got to do some humanitarian work through the army while he was there in Iraq. And they got to hand out food and water to these people that were in need. And he said that's one of the biggest things in my life that I remember doing. So that's great. I told him, I was like, man, that'd be a great experience to go to another country, especially hand out food and water to people who didn't have it. What a great experience that must have been for you. And he was like, yeah, it was like the greatest thing. It's really the greatest experience I've ever had. And so, my hat was off to him for that, because people could say that. And, I hope I get to experience that. I've done it locally, but not like he has, not in another country where we're not so blessed. These people have nothing. The United States is blessed, and we got food and water basically everywhere. And he got the opportunity to help those people in Iraq. And I just appreciate Josh for his service, being in the army, and being that servant and helping those people. Josh is a really great guy. Got a great personality. He's always positive and energetic, always willing to step out and help. That's something I really liked about Josh when I first met him, is how he was so eager to help and step up and do things. Like I said, I was in church with him, so I got to work with him through church programs and everything. He was one that's always willing to take that step out and help out and do extra things. So my hat's off to you, Josh. God bless, and thank you.